What's up, guys? Thanks to the birth of the Alliance of American Football, the NFL offseason won't be so dull anymore. Next thing you know, the XFL will be coming into town. As if the NFL wasn't already awesome enough, we're going to have much more football to watch mid-February and beyond. Now, the NFL is going to remain America's most beloved sports league for a while, but with countless issues on and off the field, along with referee controversies and concerns about player safety, we've seen a steep decline in rating along the way. Without a doubt, there are worries about the product of the NFL, at least, 5 to 10 years down the road. Well, it may be a bit premature to ask this, but can the AAF eventually topple the NFL in terms of popularity and revenue? It's a crazy thought now, but if the AAF can lay out the right plans and follow them accordingly, they might have a fighting chance. I'm Jason Biondo, and today we present why the AAF can take over the NFL. Make sure you subscribe to TPS and put on your notifications, because we post videos every single day. Every day's new videos, so you have to subscribe. Now, make no mistake, the NFL remains the most popular and watched professional sports league in the world. But that's simply because Americans still live and die football. And the NFL is the only real professional football league in the country. The only thing that could destroy the NFL is legitimate competition. With the Alliance of American Football now entering the picture, the NFL now has a rival competitor. But does the AAF have the resources to eventually take over the NFL in terms of ratings and popularity? Obviously, this won't happen overnight. It's going to be a long and slow process. Think back to the early to mid-90s, when World Championship Wrestling finally became a serious challenger to the WWE. With the right management, deep-pocketed owners, and star power, WCW finally became a legit competitor to Vince McMahon's products. Different times, different sports entertainment industries, but you get the idea. If the AAF plays its cards right, why can't they compete with the NFL? Co-founder Bill Polian knows a thing or two about business and player personnel side of football. He built the 90s Buffalo Bills powerhouse that reached 4 straight Super Bowls. He was atop the front office when the Indianapolis Colts won Super Bowl 41. He's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The other co-founder, Charlie Ebersol. He's one of the most prominent young TV producers in the world. The son of the legendary NBC personality Dick Ebersol was a creator of the NFL's Characters Unite. Like Polian, Ebersol has a strong background and resume when it comes to business and football. With a pair of wealthy and knowledgeable personalities leading the league, the AAF is already in good hands. The money will never be an issue for the league, and they have proper connections and deals in place with CBS and NFL Network to ensure long-term success. That was something the XFL didn't have in its 2001 project. The business side and finances are only a fraction of the reason to be optimistic about the AAF, though. Let's start considering what the AAF has going for them when it comes to on-field play. One reason fans are getting fed up with the NFL is because the officiating gets worse and worse every year. This is despite 2 decades of the replay system, better camera angles, coaching challenges, booth reviews, and so on. Yet every year, officials make so many awful and inexcusable mistakes that take over games. You watched the 2018 AFC and NFC Championship games, right? Everybody knows New Orleans Saints and Kansas City got robbed. Well, the AAF is using this embarrassing and wretched NFL officiating controversy to its advantage. They have a sky judge official who gets to review every single play. On top of that, the sky judge has the power to call a penalty that the officials missed, and to cancel a penalty that the referees originally called. Last time we checked, that's a pretty efficient way of fixing bad officiating. So there you go. The AAF doesn't want games to be decided by the pinstripes. They want the players to determine it. In year 1, the league has already gone great lengths to ensure there aren't any officiating controversies. On the flip side, the NFL seems to love controversy, to the point where some are speculating if the games are rigged. Consider that the big market teams, they know who they are, always seem to get the benefit of the doubt on controversial calls. The small market teams like the Saints and Chiefs get hosed as a result, in case we didn't mention that earlier. How much longer can NFL fans support a league that is totally okay with having refs determine the outcome of the games? Those disgruntled fans will just turn to the AAF, where the league actually wants the games to be played out fairly. The AAF has introduced a bundle of rules fans have been clamoring for from the NFL. The main one, of course, is the AAF's overtime rules. The NFL has refused to change rules that would ensure that every team possesses the ball at least once in the overtime period. The AAF, like the CFL and NCAA, guarantee every player gets at least 1 possession. In the AAF, the OT rules are this. Every team starts at the opponent's 10-yard line, and they have 4 downs to get into the end zone. Field goals are not allowed. If the game remains tied after each team's possession, it ends in a tie. The NFL wouldn't follow those exact rules, but at least every team gets a chance. NFL, come on, like, you're way behind the game. To make things more interesting, the AAF also doesn't allow extra points. Every team must attempt a 2-point conversion following a touchdown. And that's definitely a change of pace. Extra points in the NFL are no longer guarantees, but they're still pretty darn boring. We wouldn't complain if the NFL followed the AAF's rules here. Oh, and what else does the AAF do that's totally awesome? Touchdown celebrations are allowed, so long as the player doesn't throw the ball into the stands. Other than that, have fun. No kickoffs, which helps a ton of player safety. Teams will start out at the 25-yard line, 35-second play clock, quicker pace of play. Hooray! Outside organizations will handle concussion protocols. So you mean to tell us that a league that only started play in 2019 is already ahead of the NFL in terms of proper officiating system, better overtime rules, stronger player safety procedures, and more entertainment value? Sign us up. Furthermore, the NFL has plenty of problems that make us wonder what the long-term future holds for the league. Though ratings were on the up in 2019, we can't discount the declining viewership and following from previous years. Let's just consider all of the problems with the league that already haven't been addressed. Ray Rice got a 2-game suspension for beating his fiancée unconscious. Kareem Hunt was only unemployed for a couple of months before the Cleveland Browns signed him again. Greg Hardy was barely punished for allegedly beating his ex-girlfriend. The NFL hasn't held its players accountable for their mistakes off the field. We humans have morals. We're in a society where hitting women is completely wrong. The NFL doesn't seem to care about that. They play the whole "it's a business" card. No. These are humans too. Stop giving them free passes for their inexcusable off-the-field behavior. It's like not cool at all. If the NFL is going to let these sorts of men play football, the ratings are only going to worsen. Look at the MLB domestic violence policy. Get arrested but not convicted? You're still going to be suspended for a while, buddy. Look at Roberto Osuna and Addison Russell. The MLB wouldn't let these guys off scot-free for their inexcusable actions. The NHL, thankfully, hasn't made many cases where its players committed such a heinous act. But the ones who have, like Slava Voinov, were essentially out of the league once they went to court. Goodbye. Maybe the NFL could make themselves lovable again if they decided to follow the domestic violence policies of the NHL and MLB. Those two leagues are with the times. The NFL is simply way behind. Time for a change there. We already touched base on the NFL officiating controversies, and we have little reason to believe that it'll change. Did we mention the AAF has an excellent referee system in place to ensure games aren't decided by terrible calls? The NFL, by the way, has let the national anthem protest get way out of hand. The players are at war with the owners. The league hasn't been able to find a solution to keep both sides happy. What do you get? Angry fans on both sides. When the players and owners can't find a way to peacefully coexist, despite their different beliefs, it's a problem. You have certain owners who don't need to be named running their mouths against these players that, by the way, play for them. So you're telling me that the players make their owners their money, then the owners go and find a way to go to war against their own players. Yeah, not a good look for the NFL. Why in the world should politics play such a huge role in the NFL? Nothing bad happened to the NBA, even though the Golden State Warriors had their White House invitation canceled by President Donald Trump. Some World Series winning players skipped their White House visits as well. Some NHL players have expressed different political beliefs. Nothing bad comes out of it for either league. Maybe if the NFL stopped hurting its own product by letting the game become a political war between the owners and the players, we'd all be happy. So just keep all of that in mind when you compare the AAF to the NFL. The league run by Ebersol and Polian doesn't seem interested in having its owners and players clash. The NFL has given fans a million reasons to boycott. The AAF so far hasn't done anything to infuriate its viewers. So far. That's a win for the AAF. So add it all up. The AAF has better rules, allows player celebrations, is putting the emphasis on correct and consistent officiating, and they've already done their job in enhancing the entertainment value. Every year, new issues pop up in the NFL, be it player-owner battles, a lack of proper player safety, off-the-field player issues, or bad officiating. And the NFL just finds new ways to cover it up and inflict more damage on its product. They just haven't shown any willingness to try and change that. For now, the NFL will stay above the AAF and XFL, but we've seen some major falls from grace before, and for all we know, the unraveling of the NFL empire may have already slowly begun. If they can't repair the damage over the next 5 to 10 years, the AAF might just step up and gradually grow into America's new favorite football league. Now, laugh at us all you want, but come revisit this video in 5 to 10 years. We'll see if the NFL is still the king of all American sports leagues. For now, any football is great football. Enjoy the AAF, everybody.
Never saw the man coming, and he is lit up.
Do you think the AAF can take over the NFL at some point down the road? Join us in the comment section below. Make sure to follow myself and Total Pro Sports on social media. We post great content all the time. At least go check out our profile. Go give it a look. And if you like us, follow us. And if you don't like us, follow us, because why not? Who cares? Come on, we have good content. Make sure to like this video if you liked it. It takes one click right down below, right there. Just one click, one tap. If this is your first time around TPS, make sure to subscribe because we post videos every single day. Make sure to put on your notifications as well because we post videos every single day. So you got to know when we post them. So notifications and subscribe. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'm Jason Biondo. I'll see you next time.
On my knee.